Hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through. Go ahead and come on down to the floor to start. We're going to stretch out our forearms. So down on hands and knees, you're going to turn the palms in, fingers down, pull the midsection in as well, and just gently lean back here. You can rock side to side a bit if you'd like. Get a nice stretch for those forearms, and then we're going to turn the hands in so the fingers interlace. And then from here, gently swivel the torso around. 2 to 3 circles one direction, and then let's take it the other way. Some push-ups later in the hour, some support on the wrist. So always good to stretch out those forearms, kind of get them ready to support, and then go ahead and come on up, shake them out, and circle them around. All right, from here, we're gonna come back to all fours. We're gonna do some breathing with some cat-cow mobility. So you place your hands just underneath the shoulders, pull the midline in. As you exhale, you're gonna round your spine, lowering your head down, pull the chin in towards the chest. And then as you inhale, you're gonna gently arch, pull the shoulders back and down, lift the chest. Let's go about 5 cycles there on your own. Trying to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Invite you just to relax the eyes closed here. Little pause at the top and bottom of each breath. Good, couple more. Last one, and then we'll take it back into child's position. Allow the head to be heavy. Very nice. Toes together, knees divide. Reach those arms straight out and gently rock straight back, lowering the head towards your mat. And now for the breathing, continue that in the nose, out the mouth. Think about breathing into the back of your rib cage, trying to expand your lungs. Good, one more breath. And come on up. We're gonna start to give some rotation for that mid back. So nice wide handprint, hand behind the head. We're gonna go into our rotations here. Lifting up through your midline as you bring the elbow towards the opposite elbow. Lifting up and just gently peer up towards the ceiling of the sky if you can do so without the sun in your eyes. Let's go between 5 and 8 on each side. Pause in that open position. You're gonna breathe in as you close it down, elbow to elbow, lifting up, gently exhale as you rotate. Couple more. Very good. Down, up, peering over that shoulder, and then same thing other side. Support that hand down, hand behind the head, elbow to elbow, lift, rotate, pausing in that open position. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good, 5 to 8 total. Fantastic, 1 or 2 more. And as you finish up, we're gonna go back into child's position, this time into a side stretch. So let's walk your hands over to your left side. Take your right hand, reach out nice and long. Try to keep the hips square as you lower them back towards the heel. Lowering the head down. And let's take 2 to 3 breaths here. Breathe into wherever you feel that tension. One more. And then take it back to center. Before we jump to that other side, let's go up into down dog. Nice wide handprint. Turn those toes under, drive those hips nice and high, and gently open through that mid back. So we'll subtly pulse here through that mid back. And then let's give a nice walk out of those heels. Get a good calf stretch. Lower one heel down. You're ready, switch between 3 and 5 times on each. Very nice. And then when you're ready, we'll come back down to the floor, back to all fours. And now you're gonna walk your hands over to your right side. And it's gonna be your left arm that reaches nice and long. Square the hips as you gently lower yourself down to the floor. 2 to 3 breaths into that area of tension, in through the nose and out through the mouth, lowering just a little bit further down on the exhale. And rest. Fantastic. All righty, feel free if your water's nearby, let's take a short drink. And then we're gonna start our first series. We're gonna be doing our side plank dip into leg lift. Then we'll lie on our belly. We'll do it on one side, lie on our belly for lying flies or Superman, and then we'll flip it over to the other side. Our fourth exercise, glute bridge, or with the feet elevated on the bench or chair. We're gonna go upwards of 1:15 for all exercises. Make any adjustments you need as we go through. So let's go ahead and start. We're gonna come onto your side. You're gonna pull the elbow just underneath the shoulder. If you're not familiar with this one, just kind of watch the first couple and then join us when you are. When you're ready, we're gonna side plank first. So you're gonna lift your hips straight up, pausing in that plank position. Then we're gonna come down. You can start with bent knees, pulling the knees in towards your chest, reaching to your toes. That's one. Now you come up, side plank dip, try to square your shoulders, down, and then either straight or bent legs, reaching for the toes, leg lift. Good. Up and pause. Down. Pull that midline in as you lift those toes up, making sure you're not arching your back. Good. And then sync with your breathing here. I tend to breathe in as I transition, exhale as I lift up. Just over 30 seconds. And get a nice support through that shoulder as you come into that side plank dip. Excellent job. Try to point those toes, stretch them long as you pull them up and together. Very good. Coming up into our first minute, there's minute one. We're gonna go another 15 seconds here. Fantastic. Maybe one more series up, slightly shifting onto the side of the hip as you lift those legs up and rest. All right, beautiful job. You're gonna make your way onto your stomach next. And slowly lower on down to the floor. You're gonna go palms at your side, hands at your side, palms up, chin in, and then when you're ready, we're gonna lift and squeeze, pulling the shoulders down your spine, lengthening from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Anytime you need, come down and rest. Take another breath, and then up and hold. Long spine here. You want to avoid any kind of pinching into that low back. We're trying to just wake up and activate the back side of our body. Just over 30 seconds in. And with my hands, I'm thinking about spreading my fingers nice and wide, and I'm imagining I can like push the air up towards the sky. So pushing up against, holding that static hold, and then rest. Resting as much as you need, and then when you're ready, nice big breath. Breathing as you hold as well, so not holding your breath throughout. Fantastic. If you want to change it up a little bit, you could bring the hands up behind the head and then lift from there. Squeezing the shoulders together just changes it just a little bit. Got about 15 seconds left. Very good. Maybe one more time. Up and squeeze, chin in, lengthen, and rest. Very good. Make your way on up. Feel free if you want to take a moment to drop those hips back into a little brief child's position. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way around. We're coming onto the opposite arm for our side plank dip into leg lift. Very good. So start to bring that elbow back in, just underneath the shoulder. Going in 2, 1. Here we go. So we're going to dip first into that side plank, and then either bent knees or straight legs, lifting them up. Breathing as you move here. Bright morning sunshine today. First 20 seconds. Very good. Taking your time into that bridge of the dip. You see, I tend to roll my top shoulder forward. So pay attention, check in with yourself. Do you do that as well? Think shoulder back, stack it right over your downside shoulder, keeping it in line with your hip. Very good. We're over halfway. Nice, smooth movements. It's our first of 2 rounds. Whoops, almost lost it backwards. As always, just smile if you mess up. Try not to take it too seriously. Just moving well. Good, 10 seconds now. Glute bridges are next. 2, 1, and rest. All right, go ahead and take it onto your back. You can either have your feet flat on the ground, or you can go ahead and elevate your feet up on the bench. I'm gonna go round 1 with them flat. So as you lie onto your back, adjust your shoulders so that they're pulled back and down. Bend the knees or elevate the feet. And when you're ready, here we go. Remember, we've got 1:15 to work this. So just move your way into it gradually. Now rolling your hips back, pulling your belly in towards your spine as you gradually lift the hips and spine off the floor. Looking to, again, waking up that back side of the body. We do a lot of bridges here because it's the opposite of where we spend most of our days. If you sit at a desk for much of your day, if you have to drive in the car quite a bit, we end up with our hips closed down quite a bit. So we want to keep them open. Just over 30 seconds in. And I invite you to start to pause at the top of your bridge. So you can hold the top position, maybe 2, 3, 5 seconds or more. As you start to get those hips a little bit higher, pull the chin in, lengthen the back of the neck. Fantastic. Just over a minute in right now, 15 seconds left. One more, driving it up, holding at the top. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. That's set 1. Let's bring it down. Double knee to chest. Hug those legs in and gently rock yourself side to side. All right. Feel free if you want to grab a quick drink of water, 15 seconds, and we'll be back to our first side plank. All right. When you're ready, on your left side, pulling that elbow in, stacking it just underneath that shoulder. And here we go into the bridge, shoulders level, sitting back on that hip, straight or bent, up and hold. If you are going straight legs, but if you feel your low back kind of like arching in, like you can't pull the belly in as you lift them up, then I encourage you to bend the knees, take the pressure off the low back. Up and support. Good. Shifting back, pull those toes towards the hand. Close it down. Little scissor kick action here. Up and in, down and open. Good. Breathing and moving. Don't forget to smile. Maybe come into your plank. Try to just find a reason. We're alive. Moving our bodies. Practicing being present here. Letting go any kind of worries you have. Fantastic. There's our minute mark. 15 seconds left. Ooh, there we go. Maybe 1 or 2 more. Up and pause. Down and lift. And 2, 1, and rest. Awesome work. Onto your belly. Lying flies or moving into that Superman position. I'm probably going to go the first half with the hands at the side. Second half, I'm going to start to reach those arms up to overhead. You can also go that behind the head position. When you're ready, here we go. Chin in, lift. Think about trying to elongate. Top of the head, bottom of the toes. And rest anytime you need. I'm going to let you breathe here. Pull that chin in as well. Make sure you're not arching your neck. Really give a lot of focus to those shoulder blades, trying to pull them together, pushing up against the sky, down and relax. Good, just over 30 seconds. Fantastic. From here, I'm going to take the hands to behind the head position, change it up just a little bit. Fantastic. If you want a bigger challenge yet, you can reach those arms up to overhead, full on Superman or Superwoman, superhuman, flying off the mat. Very good, everyone. 10 seconds left. Squeeze and hold, but keep breathing. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Again, if you want to drop back in a child's position for a moment, give a little relief to that low back. Full breaths there. And then as you come up, we'll make your way to your right side. Last time through, side plank dip, leg lift. Alrighty. Pull that elbow in, 2, 1, here we go. Up and pause, shift it back, long reach. Nice work, keeping that breathing smooth. Building that midline strength, help prevent injuries. A really solid core. First 30 seconds. Good. Trying to find a spot straight ahead to look at as you come up. Square in the shoulders. Good. Just under 30 seconds left. Pause back, lift, pull it together. Awesome work. Just over a minute, 10 seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. Glute bridge, or this one, I'm going to elevate the feet for that bench hamstring curl. Couple different ways to do this. As you lie back, you can either put the back sides of the feet on the bench, or you can put the bottoms of the feet on the bench. So whatever feels best to you. And when you're ready, you can also keep the feet on the floor. Up and pause, gradually lowering down. And as you're pausing, what are we focused on? The bum, squeeze. Try to wake up more and more of that muscle tissue every time you come through. You can use bands for these exercises. We went without them today. It's also just fairly effective without as well. Bands just give a little extra resistance. Awesome work. 45 seconds done. 30 seconds left. Going to get that pause at the top, giving some focus to the top part of the neck as well, pulling that chin in lightly, getting a nice stretch to the back side of the neck. Excellent work. 1 minute in. Squeeze, lift, lengthen through the low back. And 3, 2, 1, all done there. All right, go ahead and stay on your back here for a second. We're going to stretch out before we come on up to our feet. So go ahead and straighten out your right leg, pull that left knee into the shoulder, and we're going to actively push that right leg down here and roll that left ankle around, about 5 rotations each direction. Switch when you're ready, rotate the other way. And then you're going to gradually take your right hand and bring the left knee across towards that right shoulder. Moving into the glute stretch, still keeping my left shoulder blade and shoulder on the ground. And then if you're comfortable to do so, let's straighten out that left leg best you can, and then just ever so gently, you can use your right hand to guide it over into a single leg twist. So no forcing here, but turn your head, look over that left shoulder. And breathe, get a nice gentle twist. Good, when you're ready, go ahead and come up out of it. Same thing other side. So now we're extending the left leg, pulling the right knee towards the right shoulders, singular shoulder, and ankle rolls on the right. I invite you to close the eyes here. Just feel your body. Switch directions of that ankle roll when you're ready. Very good. And then gently bring that right knee across using that left hand to start to pull it towards your left shoulder, excuse me. And then glide that leg up and down, looking for any stiff catching areas of the hip. Keep it moving. Good. And then when you're ready, you can use that left hand to support the right leg, bringing it straight across, turning, looking over your right shoulder, single leg twist. And then breathe here. Use that left hand to control how far into that twist you descend. A couple more breaths. And when you're ready, go ahead and come on out. 2 knee twist, and then we'll make our way back up. So legs up and together at 90 degrees. You're going to bring both legs across, turn the head. See how far you want to sink into that twist, and then sweep them up and across. Same thing other way. Turn the head, bring those knees across. Good. Move one more time each side. Fantastic. Once you even yourself out there, go ahead and come back onto all fours. We're going to make our way up, come into the down dog first, and then we'll inchworm our way to our feet. So take your time in that down dog. Give it a little bit more opening to that mid back, pulling the chin in towards the chest. Pedal out those heels once more. And then when you're ready, gradually walk the hands towards the feet, walk the feet towards the hands. You just kind of hang down if you're comfortable to do so, a little bend in those knees. And then when you're ready, we'll gradually come on up, pushing through your legs, opening your spine one segment at a time, and coming up to standing. Woo! All right, good. As you come on up to standing, go ahead and get some blood back through the body. Just a little side step here, shake out the arms. Good, rotating those palms back as you open up. Fantastic. From here, we're going to do our single leg good mornings, our stagger stance good mornings. So a little bend, walking both feet in, keeping your right foot planted, and then extend your left heel straight out. With that right leg bent, we're going to go hands behind the head and then long spine here. Send the hips back, looking straight down. Drive through that foot, coming straight up, and then about 3 to 5 here, bowing down. You might feel it in your hamstring. I feel it in my calf on this side. Wherever your body's holding the tension, where you're going to feel it. 1 or 2 more. Fantastic. All right, in between sides, behind the back stretch. So walk those feet a little bit wider. Make sure your hips are tucked down, interlace those hands, extend the arms, root down into those legs, and then send those hips back. Long spine here, pull those arms up. And just allow gravity kind of pull your body down while you're holding strong through the legs and belly. On the next breath, go ahead and come on up. Walk those feet back in. Stagger stance, good morning, opposite side. So now you'll root that left foot down, extend the right. Arms are going to go behind the head, and then long spines. You bow forward, pull that chin in, looking straight down. Pausing the bottom, standing tall. Good. 3 to 5. Nice. There you go. 1 or 2 more. Awesome job. All right, we're getting ready for some sumo deadlifts. That's going to be with the feet nice and wide, weights in between the legs. If anything's going on for some reason you can't bring the weights inside the legs, then just go back to that typical deadlift with the weights on the outside. And we're going to go 1 more toe touch before we jump into that. So toes straight on, standing tall. This time we're going to intentionally round the spine. So chin to the chest, slide the hands down the legs, and just see where is your range of motion today. If it's tough for you to touch the toes, touch the ankles, especially depending upon the size of your weight that you're using, You might only want to bring your hands to about mid-shin, far enough down that you can keep a nice flat spine throughout and not have any tension in that low back. It's going to be a deadlift, followed by either a dip or an overhead tricep extension. I'm going to be demoing the dip. Go ahead and take a little drink here. We'll get started in about 30 seconds. I'll talk about the dip when we get into it, but for that overhead extension, in case someone needs to know what this is, you're just going to bend at the elbows and extend, working those triceps. But watch the ribs. We tend to sway back here, so tuck everything in as you bend and extend. Again, I'll be demoing the dips off our bench. All right, find a weight that you'd like to start with. You're gonna set it right between the feet. Set your feet just outside the hips. We're gonna go upwards of a minute of this. Standing tall, a little bend in those knees, and then when you're ready, we're gonna bow forward. Chin in, drive through the legs, standing straight up. Controlling down, maybe just to the thigh level or all the way to the floor if you have that range of motion. Really key here, long spines. We're sending the hips back. We also want to be looking down as we hinge. Good. And notice the upper body. We're using that to keep that weight close, right? So I'm sitting it down right between my ankles. I don't want to have it swinging out in a way that's going to be harder on the low back. First 30 seconds done. Use your intuition as far as how long you should work. Less can be more for sure. So, be smart. That's 45 seconds. Squeezing the glutes as you stand, stacking those shoulders straight over the hips. Good. Thanks, Kathy. Looks great. Sharon, maybe one more. Controlling down. And 2, 1, rest. Fantastic. Set your weight down and then make your way to your bench, chair, or your overhead extensions. All right. If you're doing the dips here, you're going to sit nice and tall. Pull those shoulders back. Then when you're ready, elbows, kind of pulling them in towards each other so they don't wing out wide. Control down and then lifting at the top. You can add that hip bridge if you'd like. Kind of slows down the reps a little bit. With or without the bridge, make sure you lift the chest each time. So I'm thinking about squeezing my shoulders back and in. Nice broad chest at the top. Fantastic. That's 30 seconds. You're going to take it upwards of another 10 or rest there. Avoid going to failure on this. Very nice. Control down. Nice and smooth. And 2, 1, and rest. Good. You got a couple extra seconds there. All right, that's set 1. We're going to take about 30 seconds, and we'll be back to set 2 of the deadlift. So you can just stay with the same weight. If you have a little bit heavier weight that you can progress as we move through the sets. It's always recommended. All right, 10 seconds. Standing nice and tall here. Get that little mini bend in the knees, pulling the belly in, hinging at the hips, and here we go. Pushing through the legs. Controlling down, smooth the stand. Nice. And breathe. I like to breathe in as I control it down. And then I exhale, smooth as I stand. Very good. About standing up tall, not just dropping into that back. So be engaged. That's 30 seconds. Again, we're going upwards of 60 seconds here. If you're starting to feel some fatigue or feeling like maybe I should rest, then listen to that. 45 seconds. Awesome work. And 3, 2, 1. There's our minute. Excellent job. Either overhead extension or making your way back to the dips. As you come over, sit tall, pull the shoulders back. 2, 1. Here we go. Avoid those shoulders shrugging up into the ears. So think about keeping them down throughout. Excellent. Good. Great extension, Kathy. That looks solid. You too, Sharon. Good, great work. That's 20 seconds in. Resting anytime you need. I recommend resting before you kind of hit that breaking point, right? Like where you're not going to be able to get that next rep. And everybody rest. That's our 40 seconds. Whew. Fantastic. We'll take another 30 seconds to rest, and we'll be back for our third and final set. Look to go a little bit heavier yet. And also a way that you can kind of modify it if you're like, I'm as heavy as I can go, but maybe you have two different weights. You can lift with two weights, one in each hand. And I'm going to switch hands at 30 seconds. All right, going in 10, standing tall, check in with your posture. Get that little bend in the knees, bowing forward, and here we go. Squeeze the glutes, stacking them right over the shoulders. Excellent. Nice. Chin in, looking down towards the floor. Good, Kathy. Super. Coming up on 30 seconds, if you're holding two different weights, we're gonna switch arms right now, halfway through. Long spine as you send those hips back. Beautiful, that's 45 seconds. There you go. Keeping those shoulder blades activated to hold that weight close. Almost there. 2, 1, and rest. Woo, all right, almost done. Dips. We'll be on to our third and final circuit. Set those shoulders. Ready, here we go. Elbows in. Long neck position here, so you don't want to shrug up and in. Beautiful. There you go, good. Adding that bridge. Coming up on 20 seconds. If you're going the full 40, we're halfway, or look to rest there. Fantastic, that's 30 seconds. Wonderful, couple more. And 2, 1, everybody rest. Woo! All right, great work. That's our second circuit. We've got one more, but we're gonna put a couple stretches in to the mix first. So clear space, let's get a little drink. All right, we're gonna do our cross-body shoulder stretch from a stagger stance. So left foot forward, step your right foot back. Then you're gonna take your right hand to the left shoulder. You're gonna hug that arm down and in, both feet firmly planted, and I'm gonna gently shift the hips forward, squeeze the glute, and then turn toward your left side. Breathing in, rock the hip back, lifting up, squeeze that glute or that trail leg as you gently pull yourself and turn your head as well, looking over that left shoulder. Couple more. Hips back, hips forward, and rotate. Good, before we switch sides, actually we'll switch sides and come back to it. Same thing on the other side. So now left foot back, left hand reaches across. Stand tall up out of those hips as you shift it forward, and then now you're turning to the right, peering over that shoulder. Make sure that heel of your lead leg is nice and solid. Gripping those toes down. Good, couple more. Squeeze the glute of that trail leg. Allow the front of that hip to open. Last one. Very good. Shake it out. Same thing, other side, not same thing, but same idea. So going back to where your right foot is back. And now we're going to add the tricep side bend. So pull the ribs down and in. Reach your right arm up, pull that chin in, bend the arm, reaching around. And now you can still shift the hip. Instead of rotating this time, we're gonna bend to the side. Lateral flexion, coming on up, lengthen, checking with that posture, and then taking it to the side. One of my favorites. Good. You can kind of help encourage that head to stay up as you bend towards the left. Just kind of peer up and over, looking up towards the right. 1 or 2 more. Bending to the left and then gently turning the head. Help keep that shoulder open on the right side. Very good. Shake it out. Little side step arm swing. All righty, same thing other side. Left foot back this time. Make sure that right foot's firmly planted. Ribs down, arm up. And here we go. Lifting up, shift the hip, taking it to the side. And remember to peer up, so you're trying to look up towards your left. Good. Squeeze the glute, gently side bend, and then gently turn the head, open. Couple more. And shake it out. All right, fantastic. So you have a 10-minute piece to finish. You can go between 3 and 5. If you do 3, then I recommend working every other round. Give yourself a little bit more rest. We're gonna be starting with, you can either do the good morning or the swing. If you weren't here for class yesterday, if you wanna get some squats in, then you could squat for your first exercise. Okay, I'm gonna be doing the swings for most of it. Maybe a couple good mornings. From there, we're headed down to the floor for a push-up, or if you need a break off your shoulders for a little while, you could just hold that front plank either up on your hands or down on the forearms. Otherwise, we'll be working through our push-ups. Elbows back and down, driving straight up from there. And I'll show a couple different variations as we move through. And then once you finish those push-ups, we're gonna come back up to our feet, do some different blood flow variations. If you have a stationary bike, any kind of rebounder, rowing machine, you're welcome to jump on your equipment for that last minute. So we'll be working for 2 minutes for 5 different rounds. We'll give about 5 to 10 seconds as we transition. All right, we're gonna start here in 15 seconds. Again, squats, swings, or good mornings. All right, so if you're not sure, I'll talk you through it as we move through this first round. For the swings, here we go. You're gonna stand up just like the deadlift first, and then we're using the hips to generate that upward force. Bell is staying close to my center of gravity. I'm not squatting, but rather hinging at the hips. Pulling that chin in, looking straight down, driving those hips. Just allow the arms to guide it up. Good, that's 20 seconds. Breathe. 2, 1, and rest. Set your weight down, coming down to the floor. Push-ups or front plank. And here we go. Elbows back and in. You can lower down all the way to the chest. Maybe come up on the knees and then back to the toes. Down and in. If you can't quite push off the knees, roll to one forearm, come back up to the top. Everything strong, lowering down, and then to the opposite side, I'd roll up because you're gonna build that strength as you lower down with control. Very good. Do 1 more, and 2, 1, and rest. Rest as in, come right up to your feet. All right, we're gonna start nice and steady here. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a pause march. If you want that heart rate to be higher, feel free to go into like a running high knees. We're gonna build into it here though. Shoulders back and down. Good, then there, go a little bit faster. Take it into a march and punch. Shoulders up, fists up by the level of the shoulders. Lift the knees, lift the toes. Breathe. Good, that's our first 30 seconds. Let's take it into a side step. Open through the shoulders. You can do a traditional jumping jack here if you like. Fantastic. And we've got 15 seconds left. I'll take it into that regular jumping jack. All right, 10 seconds till we finish round 1. We're gonna have 15 seconds, and then we'll jump right into set 2. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, feel free to grab a drink. And if you're building back into things, take this next round off and join us on round 3. Otherwise, back to your swings, squats, or good mornings right now. For the good morning, slight bend in those knees, long spine as you bow forward. Squeeze the glutes and stand. So it's similar movement to that swing, just less dynamic. So it's going to be more secure on the low back, less strength required. Good, but still getting that benefit, holding those shoulders back and down, holding that midline strong. 2, 1, and rotate. Good, down for push-ups or holding that front plank. I'm gonna show those rolling push-ups again. So instead of coming on the toes, here we go. Everyone begin when you're ready. I'm gonna come down to the knees. Slowly lower all the way to the floor. Elbows pulled in, come to one forearm, come back to the top, and then next round, shoulders back and down, bringing that chest towards the floor. And now I come to the opposite forearm and up. Good, 10 seconds left. Watch pushing that head forward. Pull that chin in as you lower down to one side. Maybe one more here, everyone. 2, 1, and transition. Good job. Coming up for blood flow. Start a little bit faster this time. Arms up at the side. We're going to go to that march and punch. You can also add the skip, a little hop with it. You get to choose. Good, breathe. Beautiful. Step jacks or jump jacks. Awesome. Smile, enjoy moving your body. All right, and then if you want to go here, alternating knee to elbow. You can even move a little more control where you pause elbow to the knee, make it more of a core control movement instead of a breathing piece. 10 seconds. Whew. Stay as level as you can through those hips. And rest. All right, nice work. We're gonna take 20 seconds this time, a little bit longer break. We're back for round 3. Nice work, crew. All right, 3 of 5. You took the last round off. If you feel ready to join us again, deadlift, squats, or swings. Ready, begin. Nice. Beautiful work. Chin in if you're doing these swings or the good mornings, looking down towards the floor. Keeping that weight close to the upper thighs. So my hands are right up on my inner thighs. Almost there. And 2, 1, transition. Down for push-ups. We're holding that plank. All right, this time we're gonna go down on the toes, up on the knees, but you do what you need to do. So if I'm not quite ready for full toe push-ups, you can start to build that strength. Lowering down on the toes, coming to the knees, and driving up. Keep that belly pulled in. We don't want that back to arch. Sometimes you can stay tight on the down. Sometimes you see people arch as they push up. So lift those hips. Keep your body nice and strong. Almost there. Check out you ladies here today. Holding those planks. All right, great work. And 2, 1, and rest. Up for your blood flow. Nice work. Feel free if you want to keep with that march. We're going to go just a little bit faster this round. Some running high knees. Excellent job. Marching, running, and then next, side shuffle. Step to the side. You can add a little arm swing with it if you have the space. We'll turn this into a grapevine. Not yet though, a couple more. We're gonna go back to our march and punch. All right, like we did on the first couple rounds, either with a skip or with a regular march. Good, 10 more seconds, and then we'll finish with the grapevine. 2, 1, and if you feel stable to go cross in front, cross behind, you can step it, or a little lighter on the feet, a little bit faster as you step through. All right, one more time, down and back. And there's our rest. Great work, 20 seconds. We back to it. All right, we're gonna go 4 rounds today, folks. So this next round is gonna be our last. If you've had enough of the intensity piece, but wanna join us for the stretch, hang out. We'll be doing that in about 2 minutes. Otherwise, swings, deadlifts, or squats. Here we go. Holding strong now. Heels stay planted on all 3 movements. Squats, swings, good morning. Full foot should be planted down. Nice. Almost there. And 2, 1, rotate. Planks, push-ups, your choice. Ready, and begin. So you want to avoid the elbows winging wide. You want to kind of pull them back and in. Keep those shoulders from rounding forward. Beautiful, that's halfway. Still fire your belly. Fire those glutes and thighs as well. Engage that lower body. 2, 1, come on up. Woo. All right, once you come on up to your feet, we're gonna start with that cross crawl pattern. Elbow to opposite knee. Good. Beautiful. Next 20 seconds, jumping jacks or step jacks. And we'll finish with the grapevines. Excellent. Eyes up. All right, and then either side step or crossover. Here we go. 20 seconds left. Excellent work. Moving through nice and smooth. Awesome job. 5 seconds. And 2, 1, and all done. All right, great work, crew. Virtual high fives. Grab your water. You did it. All right, very good. Catch your breath. We're gonna revisit that toe touch called the Jefferson curl that we did before we started that last circuit. So walk those feet in, stand up tall, hands on the thighs, chin to the chest, and just gently round on down. Get a nice stretch in the back side of the body. Make sure you continue to hold and support through the legs, strong in the mid body as well. And then see if you can kind of relax the upper body. Let the head be heavy. Couple breaths here into the back of the rib cage. Exhale, drop a little bit more. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. On that next inhale, come on up. Beautiful. Alrighty, side stretch next. Let's add a little stagger stand. Step your left foot back. You can go right hand on the right hip. And then we're gonna go palm up towards the ceiling or sky, reaching across, peering up at your hand. Good, bringing it down. On the next one, you're gonna go palm down towards you. One more time, reaching up and across. This time, palm down, still glancing up. Couple breaths here. And release, good job. Same thing, other side. Step that right foot back, starting with the palm up, gradually reaching up and across, lengthening through that side body, peering up. Good, bringing it on down. One more time, this time palm down, kind of like facing your head, and peer up from there. Oops, start to get a little wobbly. See if you can widen your base, feet a little bit wider. And release. All right, fantastic. Go ahead and make your way on down to the floor. We'll finish with a couple stretches on the ground. Coming on down, we're gonna bring the knees together, Pull the belly in, and then our quadruped hip rock here, bringing the hips across to one side and then the other. Very nice. We'll go from that quadruped hip rock into I'll call it a little snake dance. You can step the feet a little bit wider, and then you just want to kind of shimmy around the body, just looking for any stiff spots, shifting through your torso, shifting through your hips. Free flow here. Fantastic. From there, we're going to make our way onto the floor, belly down on the chest. We're going to open up through the pecs. So you're going to take your left hand and kind of walk it out to the side, pull that shoulder back, and then use your right hand, put it down like as if you're going to do a push-up. Push that hand, roll onto your side, relax the head down, and then if you're comfortable to do so, you're going to start to walk your feet up and in like you're trying to come into a little ball here at the front of the body. And then just close those eyes. Let's spend about 5 breaths here. In through the nose, gently out through the mouth. Maybe one more breath. When you're ready, gradually come out of that tucked position. Roll back onto your stomach, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Reach your right hand out to the side, crawl those fingers out to as far as you can reach. Place that left hand down underneath that shoulder, and then gently roll over towards that right shoulder. Once you get there, if you're comfortable to do so, walk those feet up and in, tuck yourself up into a little ball here. Relax the head down, and 5 breaths. All right, about 2 more. And when you're ready, walk those feet back out. Come back onto your stomach. Hands underneath the shoulders, engage the glutes, and a few press-ups here. Cobra press-ups, whatever you'd like to call it, lifting up, turning your head up towards the sky, really making sure that you're squeezing the bum, protect that low back. Think about lengthening as you lift. And down, squeeze, lengthen. Fantastic. On that next one, you can drop it back into child's position. Reach those arms out, dropping back. You can either divide the knees, or this time I'm just kind of tucked up. I've got my legs tucked under me, and I'm just kneeling from here. All right, friends, I'm gonna leave you in this position here. Feel free to add anything else that your body may be asking for. Maybe you wanna roll onto your back, repeat those spinal twists or 2-knee twists that we did earlier on. Take a moment, just flat on your back, just see how much you can relax your body, help you recover, reduce your stress, and remember to enjoy life. All right, until next time.